All right, Kevin, thank you. The time is now 6:02, and we begin at Flint's Northern High School, where a student was shot last night outside a basketball game. Police released updated information on the shooting that we first brought to you last night at 11. A 19-year-old male student from the school was shot in the back during the incident outside the basketball game that featured teams from throughout the Coca-Cola Classic. He's expected to recover since the injuries are non-life-threatening. Police say a suspect fled on foot. The shooting took place outside the school around 8:30. Also in Flint, police continue to investigate the discovery of the body of a man found inside a burned-out party store. The body was found around 9 a.m. yesterday on the city's east side at Franklin and Dakota Avenues. The building burned up quite some time ago. Police haven't said if they think the death is suspicious. Clinton County authorities say an 18-year-old man who appeared to be overdosing on drugs was actually killed by a pellet from a pellet gun. Ovid police say a friend of David Grant called 911 last Wednesday to report that Grant was overdosing. Police say Grant was actually shot in the back by his 19-year-old roommate, who now faces murder charges. And if you think robocalls are annoying at home, imagine getting the call on your cell phone. Well, there's a new bill floating around Congress that could make this possible.
This is a recording from...
Sound like music to your ears? Well, get ready to get grouped automated messages or robocalls if some members of Congress get their way.
It's really an efficiency tool.
Howard Waltzman is a Washington-based attorney who's representing several groups that support the Mobile Informational Act of 2011. He says the bill would allow companies to quickly place important informational calls to a mass amount of consumers, all at the same time, right to their cell phones.
That's everything from fraud alerts to data breach notifications to product recalls to flight change notifications.
So what's the catch? Well, they'd be able to do it without your prior consent, according to Waltzman. Just last week, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi issued this statement saying, quote, "This bill blatantly violates a person's telephone privacy."
Another sticking point for the Attorney General is that people who pay by the minute or who don't have an unlimited amount of minutes could actually pay more if this bill goes into effect, according to them.
Waltzman insists consumers would have a chance to opt out of the informational calls, but that might not be enough for some.
I think it's ridiculous.
Now, opponents also worry this bill could pave the way for more telemarketing calls. But Waltzman insists it's not a bill for them, nor is it a telemarketing ploy. He claims it's simply updating the system to keep up with the times and changing phone patterns. Now, this story leads us to our Facebook question of the day. Now, should companies be allowed to robocall your cell phone? Our floor director said, hey, that is just simply scary. We want you to join the conversation. Let us know what you think on our Facebook page, NBC 25 News. A Grand Rapids area man is facing criminal charges after being accused of not telling a sexual partner he had AIDS. Police say David Smith was charged last week, 3 days after he told detectives he was having unprotected sex. Smith says he had many partners but only knew a few of their names. The man is being held in the Kent County Jail. In Maryland, investigators are trying to figure out what caused a deadly bus crash. Just as the Wednesday evening rush hour was beginning, authorities say a Metro bus and a pickup truck collided in Bethesda. One person was killed, 11 people were hurt. Both drivers had to be cut from their vehicles. And mothers across the nation breastfed their children in Target stores Wednesday as part of a nursing demonstration. It all started when a Texas woman says she was treated rudely when she tried to nurse her child in a Target store last month. She started a Facebook page that grew into a nationwide movement. Target said in response in a statement that guests are welcome to breastfeed in public areas of the store, including the fitting rooms. And less than a week before the Iowa caucus, a major switch in endorsement for Ron Paul in Iowa means bad news for Michelle Bachmann. When Iowa State Senator Ken Sorensen endorsed Ron Paul's candidacy on Wednesday, it packed a punch. Sorensen had been the state chairman for Bachmann's campaign and appeared with her earlier in the day. In his endorsement, Sorensen said it was a difficult decision to make, but it was just the right thing to do. Kevin?
And, you know, another difficult